Hey, it's BT in association with Sport Bikes Inc. This is the Motegi BT Motegi review. I know, tongue twister. Let's get right to it. Moto 3, can you believe Johan Mir pitched a donut? Which just goes to show you, the closeout is the hardest thing in sports. He's pretty much going to win the championship probably in Australia this week. But the closeout game in anything is the hardest thing to do, and he proved it. Although he had a grid penalty and it was raining, he still pitched a donut. And Romano Fenati did what he had to do to at least keep it close, kind of close. He's still 55 points behind, but still, that's the head case Romano Fenati is. He has 10 victories. He's tied for the all-time victories in Moto 3. And he's still not going to win the championship. He's still 50. He's basically two races behind for the championship. He's been in Moto 3 when it was 125. So he's basically he's about 43 years old. I think Romano Fenati was a senior when my dad was a freshman. That's how long he's been in Moto 3, and still. But he drove a great race. He rode a great race. And I got to give props to Niccolo Antonelli. I don't know why I love that kid. I know it's not appropriate for an older man to say he loves a kid, but I love that kid. There's something about him. Love that kid. And what he did, he got a podium, man. I just wanted to hug that guy and say, that's why you stick with it. That's why you would never give up on your dreams. You always stick with it. It's always darkest before the dawn. So props to that kid. And Moto 3 wasn't the greatest race in the world. But it was good just for the simple fact of watching, see what Johan Mir, if he could close out, and he didn't. So I think he's going to win it in Australia. But you know what? I like to see it come into Valencia, although it won't. I still like to see it come into Valencia. It'd be kind of nice. It really would be, to see how he handles the pressure. That's the pressure. That ass gets tight when you got to, in the closeout game, your ass gets tight. It's like, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. And that's what happens, man. But champions will find a way to win. And so I think he'll win in Phillip Island. Anyway, move on to Moto 2. Moto 2, it was great to see Alex Marquez do the damn thing. It really was. And honestly, Tom Luthi, the reason he didn't have a great race because his helmet fogged up. I'm sorry, but if you're a racer, if you're at that level, your helmet should not fog up. I don't know. Have somebody from your pit, even you, just go out and ride a bicycle around the paddock. And if it fogs up, drill a hole in it like they did in that movie with Grand Prix. Remember that movie F1 with that dude that played Nicky Lauda and dude played whatever the other dude was, the good-looking dude who played the other dude. Anyway, he drilled a hole in his helmet to keep him fog up. Why can't, at that level, your helmet shouldn't fog up? Seriously. That's like buying a helmet from Kmart, not Walmart, Kmart, and going, why did it fog up? Because you bought it from Kmart, dumbass. His helmet shouldn't fog up. That was terrible. I felt bad for Tom Luthi, but Morbidelli almost got his hand. He's getting close to that trophy. Good job by him. But props to Alex Marquez. He did the damn thing, man. And also props to Vierge. Xavi Vierge is an underrated rider. Good for him. He got the podium. And good for Hafi Siren. Let me tell you something about that guy. And hear me out before you say anything. He's kind of like the... listen to me. He's kind of like the affirmative action of MotoGP. Listen, in the simple fact of, you need Asian riders. He's Malaysian. You need a Malaysian rider when they go to Sepang. So, but he's got the talent. Don't get me wrong, he's got the talent. And when it rains, and it's going to rain in Malaysia, it's going to rain. Trust me. Things happen in life, death, taxes, and it's gonna rain in Sepang, okay? And in the rain, that dude that's what they call him, the fish. They should call him the shark, because the way he ate up the competition, it was like dun 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 dun. He ate up everybody but Xavi Forge and Alex Marquez. Great race by Hafi Siren. Seriously, that guy, I'm glad. Like I said, he's kind of like the affirmative action in the sense of, you know how like a basketball team is basically black and they have the one white player, and they go, why is he on the team? Because they play in Iowa, that's why they gotta have a white basketball. But anyway, that's in a way. But he's got the talent, and he might win Malaysia. He just might win it, and I hope he does. He deserves it. Nice guy, rode a great race. Anyway, let's go to MotoGP. GP. Oh my, look at my face. Oh my God, that GP race. Let's get right to it. That was one of the greatest GP races I think I say that about almost every weekend. GP, and you know what? Whether you love him or you hate him, you gotta give it to Marquez because Marquez does the things. Remember, he just threw being patient out the window. He went back to the old Marquez. It's kind of like that guy who tries to turn his life around and he starts forcing himself to go to church, and then he goes, you know what, the hell with this. And you see him at the bar, he's drinking. You go, oh my God, he's drinking booze and doing cocaine. You go, what are you doing, man? Oh, I got a flight. I got to fly in the morning, so I'm just doing what I normally do. You go, damn, dog. But that's who he is, and that's who Marquez is. Marquez rides and we as fans benefit from that. Like I said, with the 11 where you hate him, he makes it interesting. I don't know what the Yamahas, I feel so bad. The great thing about the Yamahas is it's everybody. I mean, Rossi and Vinales, so it's not just one rider. But and honestly, I don't like to see anybody, I like to see tight racing, aggressive racing. But it is kind of funny to watch Jorge Lorenzo get pissed off at Zarco. And he always shakes his head like, I hate this dude. Johann Zarco could piss off Mother Teresa on Easter at 9 a.m. in the morning. That's Zarco for you. So you're like, how did you piss off Mother Teresa? You know, the Easter eggs are for everybody. I don't know why she gets mad. They're for everybody. But that's Zarco, and I love it. And Lorenzo, matter of fact, it's like Rossi goes, this guy's basically an asshole. And Lorenzo like, this guy's an asshole. And Marquez is like, I like this guy. He reminds me of me. That's Johann Zarco. I love the guy. I don't race, but I don't know how he's any more aggressive than Iannone or Marquez. Seriously, I don't know why that's different. But anyway, I kind of thought it was kind of funny that he pissed off Jorge. Jorge's victory's coming. If you watched, he went out hard, and then he didn't feel comfortable, dropped back, and then he finished really strong. Good for Jorge. I hope he gets that first victory this year. I don't know. I think he just might. Which leads me to this. We saw the race, great last lap battle, and it leads me to this. All right, you saw the race, so you don't need to have a summary of it. But if it comes down to Valencia, you got to think this. Hear me out. Dovizioso has a team behind him, and I'm not just talking about Ducati, okay? Now, Daniele Petrucci, is he not the greatest teammate, seriously, since, teammates? He's like the greatest teammate ever. He's not even with the factory team, Ducati. He's with Pramac, but still, he said he was going to help Dovi win the championship, and he got over for Rossi. Remember, in 2015, he moved over for Rossi to win the championship. He's the greatest teammate, countryman ever. He really is. He said he was going to help Dovi. Even Lorenzo said he'd help Dovi. So, okay, you got two Ducati guys that said they would help Dovi. Now, factor this in. If it comes down to Valencia, and let's just say Rossi's on the front row, Marquez on the front row, do you think Rossi throws an interference? If it's down between him and Marquez and winner take all, do you think Rossi would help Dovi win the championship? They're both Italian. And as far as I know, Dovi and Rossi kind of get along, but they don't have any bad blood, at least recent bad blood, like with him and Marquez. So that's at least three people who are Marquez. Marquez is basically a man on his own. So if it comes down to Valencia, Dovi's got a team behind him to help him win, where Marquez, he's on his own. Pedrosa, no offense to Pedrosa, but it's like if I was going to have a fight in the street and my cousin, who's like 3 years old, came and said, I help you, Uncle T. And I go, man, you can't do shit. That's what that's like. Pedrosa, no offense, but he's not going to help Marquez. So Marquez is the man on his own. Dovi has the team behind him to help him win, to throw and run interference. You don't think Petrucci's going to be like, if I can't win the championship, I'm going to go, I'm going to do what I can for Dovi. If I can't win the championship, I'll do what I can. And I think that's what he'll do. That was a pretty decent Petrucci, don't you think so? I do the best I can. I hope if I don't win, I hope Dovi win the championship. That'd be great for Ducati. I should get a factory sponsorship. Anyway, that's what I think might happen. By the way, I'm doing this on my cell phone, and I'm in my bathroom at my mom's house, and I'm sweating. But I wanted to get this out. So I hope this looks good. I hope it does. Anyway, so that's the thing, man. Teamwork. Dovi has a team, Marquez doesn't. That could play a big factor. And think about this. It's got to work in Marquez's psyche. Dovi's beaten him twice wet track, dry track. He's beating him in two different conditions, wet and dry. So, and Marquez, I mean, he laughed it off like, hey, but that's got to play into Marquez's psyche. Watch Marquez during interviews, okay? Watch when the other person is talking. Watch Marquez. He's got an eagle eye. I mean, he laughs. He's a great sport, but he wants to win. And him getting beat twice by Dovey and they're going for the championship, you got to think Marquez is going to go real aggressive. And that aggressiveness by him just might lose him the championship in the sense of being over aggressive. And Dovey's like the perfect lover if you're a lady watching this. In the sense of Dovey takes his time, right? And he stays just close enough. He takes his time and then he strikes. And then I'm telling you, it's going to get good. Phillip Island is going to play a big role. I'm dying to see what's going to happen down there. But hear what I tell you. Teamwork. Dovey got a team. Marquez doesn't. Anyway, sorry it took so late, but I hope you guys like this. Anyway, I'm signing off. Got to go. I hope this post on my YouTube and my Facebook. Hope you like it. Until then, you know the word. Bye.